Hello and welcome to you once again. So we are continue working on this exit exam questions, a series of questions for improving the scoring results of prospective graduates in GIS as well as geography and environmental studies for 2017 in Ethiopian calendars. So now we are continuing in part 3, question 58. With GIS supporting a data compatibility system, B application-dependent function, C unseparated set of GIS architecture system, D visualized edited geodata in the browser. So the key point is here, is the browser. Since it is a web GIS, so the answer is D. 59. An interactive web mapping at which phase systems are attached to the geospatial data. A display sections, B selection sections, C display element generator, D render. So in interactive web mapping at which phase this symbols means symbols are elements. So the answer is C. The answer is C. 60. Of the following, one is used for geospatial data processing on the server side as a service and manage the incoming requests and the price with the proper map data back to the client side. Interactive web maps, the internet map service, the ArcGIS Online, the web mapping. So this is an internet map service or IMS or IMS or IMS. Great. 61. In WebGIS architecture, what is the role Common Gateway Interface or CGI? A. To display raster data. B. Limit communication between server and client. C. Interpret communication between server and client. D. Display vector data. So in this case, we have to interpret communication between the server and the client. It serves as an interpreter between the server and the client. So the answer is this one. Okay, great. 62. From the following one is correct about advantages of Google Earth Engine. A. Limited number of training samples. B. Developing new tools is easy. C. Limited upload data. D. Capable of geospatial data analysis. So it is a cloud base. It can handle a big data sets. It can have a capable of data analysis. So this is the correct answer. 63. From the following, one is the most spatial database used for spatial data storage and to perform spatial query. XML, B GML, C PostGIS, D OpenGIS. So this is a spatial data query which is called PostGIS. 64. The purpose of designing, implementing, generating, and delivering maps on the World Wide Web, or WWW, is known as web client, web server, web mapping, web browser. So we are in the world of geospatial data. So we are in the world of GIS. So it is called what? Web mapping. It is called web mapping. Okay, 65. Which one is the main benefits of using remote sensing and GIS in forestry? Reducing the cost of timber extraction, enhancing public awareness about forests, C. Providing accurate, up-to-date, and comprehensive data for effective forest conservation and management, increasing recreational use of forests. So the main benefit of remote sensing and GIS for forestry is providing up-to-date and comprehensive data for effective forest conservation and management. Okay, great. 66. How does airborne lidar scanning facilitate forest stock estimation? By providing recreational maps for tourists, by collecting detailed forest structure data rapidly over large areas, C. By increasing the market price of timber products, by reducing the cost of forest management. So the question is how LIDAR scanning facilitate forest stock estimation. So the correct answer would be what? Collecting detailed forest structure about rapidly over large areas. This is one of the advantages of remote sensing images. One of the advantages of remote sensing images and remote sensing in general. 67. Why is monitoring forest biomass using remote sensing important? To enhance tourism activities in forests, to understand carbon storage and assess forest productivity, to increase the recreational use of forests to reduce the cost of forest management. So why is monitoring forest biomass using remote sensing important? Because what? Because to understand the carbon storage and assess forest productivity. Okay, great. 68. What role does LIDAR data play in habitat mapping and biodiversity conservation? Enhancing recreational facilities, we provide detailed canopy height models and forest structure data, increasing the market value of forest products, promoting tourism in protected areas. So it is provided detailed canopy height models and forest structure data. So when we are talking about GIS and remote sensing applications in natural resource management, especially in forestry, we are dealing with data structure, model, and modeling. So the answer is B. 69. What is the primary purpose of thematic mapping in forestry? Enhancing recreational activities, B. Understanding and managing forest ecosystems, C. Increasing timber production, D. Promoting tourism. So understanding and management of forest ecosystems is the correct answer. 70. What does the variable forest cover measure? The economic value of forest products, the extent of land covered by trees, and C, the number of tourists visiting the forest, the number of recreational facilities in the forest. What is the idea is what does the variable forest cover means what? Forest cover means the extent of the land or the amount of the land covered by trees. This can be calculated by remote sensing images using land cover classifications and the amount of hectares or the amount of kilometer squares covered by forests. This is what we have measured in remote sensing. Okay, great. 71. What are the primary function of forest management information system, FMIS, in forest management? Enhancing forest tourism, spatial mapping, inventory of forest resources, increasing recreational facilities, promoting urban development. So we are dealing with what? Spatial mapping and inventory of forest resources. Spatial mapping and inventory of forest resources. Great. 72. One of the following data definition language statement is used to generate new table in the relational database management system. Which one? A create, B alter, C drop, D none. Create. This is create. Okay, great. 73. Which one of the following is not a set of data manipulation language? Where, and, or create. So create is not a set of data manipulation language. It is data processing language. So question number 74. People have the right to live in fresh environments that is free of pollution. Therefore, waste disposal location must be far away from household by some distances, recommended by expert large organs such as FAO, which specialized function is used to zoning waste disposal location by a given distance, by a given kilometer, by a given meter, by a given feet is called what we call it buffer. Buffering of some kilometers, buffering of some meters. So this is called buffering, or what we call it buffer. Okay, great. 75. Sudan is a country which is located at a neighbor of Ethiopia, and they do have common boundary with one another. In topology, such a relationship is called as adjacency, continuity, containment network. So in topological principle, such relationship is adjacency or neighborhood. 76. The technique of combining two spatial layers and producing a third one from them is called clipping, buffering, extracting, spatial overlaying. So this is called spatial overlaying. It must be one or it contains more than one layers, 2, 3, and extra layers combined in order to give one combined layer or one result, which is called overlay analysis or spatial overlay. 77. Among element of database manipulation language statement, which one of the following statement is wrong in extracting data from database? So the wrong one is where extracts only those records fulfill specification. Okay. And displays record of both the first condition and the second condition. Okay. Or displays record of either the first condition and the second condition, or second condition is true. And displays record of the first condition or the second condition is true. So this is the false statement. 78. Which one of the following GIS architecture or flow is well considered? Capture data, store data, query data, analyze data, split data, present data, capture data, query data, store data, analyze data. So the first must be capture data. Yes. Capture data or store data. Query data, analyze data. Okay, good. Capture data, query data. No, okay, wrong. Query data, wrong. Capture data, query data, store data, analyze data, present data, display data. Okay, so from A and D, the alternative capture data, store data, query data, analyze data, display data, present data. Okay, great. This is the correct answer in GIS analysis framework. Okay, great. 79. One is not macroeconomic factors in terms of urban sprawl, causes economic growth, globalization, population growth, European integration. So this is population growth. The others are the population growth micro and the others are macro. The others are macro. Okay, 80. Which one is odd about the capability of GIS in urban planning, design of building, visualization, spatial analysis, spatial modeling, spatial modeling. So this is design of buildings is not required in GIS applications of urban planning. In GIS application of urban planning, it does not concern about the design of buildings, rather the extent of buildings, the suitability of urban for such types of what kinds of buildings will be made. So the correct answer is A. 81. Plank refers to the usefulness or enjoyment of consumer can get from a service or good. Urban sprawl, urban planning, utility, urban growth. So the correct answer is okay. 82 is a perspective that serves to guide the structure of decision rules in this procedure. A. Decision. B. Objective. C. Criterion. D. Analytical hierarchy process. Analytical hierarchy process. So this is objectives. A perspective. This is a perspective. 83. Essentially determines the quality of the information derived from remotely sensed data. Image interpretation, accuracy assessment, supervised classification, and supervised classification. Essentially determines the quality of information derived from remotely sensed data. So it is accuracy assessment. It is accuracy assessment. Plan can handle any type of data distribution and trend, as well as account for any type of anthroposophy in interpolation method. IDW, kriging, spline, universal kriging. So it is kriging. It is kriging. 85. Spatial resolution is most important for studying urban areas. Low spatial resolution, medium spatial resolution, high spatial resolution, none of that. So high spatial resolution like spot images are useful for studying urban areas. So this is what we have today. If you are new to this YouTube channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.